Some wild cats.
Do you hear me? We back with it, man.
You're listening to some wild cats.
You guys represent what is best in America.
Hey, Craig, let me ask you, do you use the same type of Beijing, or do you just, you mix that up? like you do just for men?
These dudes, boy.
Yo, I'm getting ready to put y'all up on something, man.
From the DMV to wild cats. Now, let's start the show.
Okay, here we go, man. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
One. We are back, baby. We are back. Some Wildcats podcast. Sorry for the delay. A little bit technical difficulties, man. We got a couple of Telly rallies coming back to the group. But what's the deal? I am Craig Black coming to you live from some Wildcats studios. And this is some Wildcats podcast. I know y'all been asking where the hell we've been, but I got the gang back together. We back. And I got my dudes with me. Always. I got my man, the talent, a.k.a. football coach extraordinaire, a.k.a. Mr. I guess he got too much goddamn confidence for me. My man Bags, my man Tony. What's up, Bags?
What's up, Black? What's going on? Shout out to them DeMatha Stags right there. Championship week coming up.
My God. He's the only Wildcat that's not a Wildcat.
The Wildcats don't want them part of the Stags, baby. That's all.
Nah, I could put an F in front of there, but I ain't gonna mess with you, man. Yeah, that's my man Bags, man. Shout out to that Bowie State University as well, man. BSU.
Yes, sir.
BSU. Also, got to bring up my man Glenn. He spells his name with 3 or 4 or 5 N's. He's the baseball father, coach extraordinaire. Y'all give it up for my man Glenn back up in the building. What's up, Glenn?
What's up? It's good to be back. What's up, Baggity? Ain't seen in a minute, man.
I know it's been a minute, ain't it?
Yeah.
You've been doing your thing. I've been doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Now we can get together and do our thing, man.
Yeah. Got to get these dudes back together. The boys are back. And the resident that Teddy Riley today, my man Cat Daddy Keith, aka Coach Keith, aka Keith the Freak. We're gonna bring him in with no pictures, but y'all can hear him. You can hear him. You know, he's having a little bit of technical difficulties right now. What's going on, Keith?
I think it's the link that you sent me. So I'm just gonna be Keith Black tonight. How about that? Because it ain't coming up from my phone, it ain't coming from the iPad, it ain't coming up from the laptop. It's you.
Hey, it's me, but everybody else's works. No,
there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it tonight.
Craig get paid subscription. That's what it was.
That's all it is. Hey, Bags, and look, while you talking that DeMatha talk, now you know I coached at St. John's, and my youngest went to St. John's for a little bit, so I'm with them cadets this week.
All right, well, you know I coached at St. John's too.
Yeah, but I'm with the cadets this week.
Yeah, I ain't gonna never be with the cadets when it's over the Stags, baby. That's never gonna happen right there. It's all good though. It's all love.
I see you Sunday. We can ride together if you want.
Yeah, we do that. Just look for me. I'll be on the field. That's all.
What they playing at? What is game at? Where's it gonna be at?
Sunday, 5 o'clock at Navy Memorial Stadium.
Navy Memorial Stadium. Okay, all right. The Stags versus the St. John's. What other St. John's? St. John's what?
The cadets, the cadets.
Cadets. Yeah. Okay. All right. They ain't no damn Wildcats. So I ain't got no love for neither one of them. So
Wildcats got a bunch of Spanish dudes on their team now.
Hey, Holmes, man, don't do that. Don't do that.
Watch yourself.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's a lot of stuff going on out here right now with people getting offended. Watch yourself.
I love all my amigos, all my Mexican family, all my Latin family. I got love for you, okay?
Yeah, ain't the same type of football, big dog. Ain't the same type of football.
Hey, but we were the champions in that type of football.
Oh, no doubt.
Soccer. Yes,
no doubt. Yeah, you got that.
Yeah.
Hey, look, shout out to Coach Vic.
Let's break it down for the peoples, man. This podcast is about us and our friendship over the last 35, 40 plus years. And it's about the topics we want to cover because we don't give a goddamn about what you think. It's all about what we think. And shout out to the missing Wildcats, my man Dave. I don't know what happened to him, but he never shows up anyway. Ant is on the road riding in. And Derek said he couldn't make the show. But we are back. All right. We're going to be back on a regular basis more, ladies and gentlemen. You may catch us in the studios as well. So that may be happening real soon as well. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get to it. Let's y'all want to start in the NFL? Or y'all want to go right to Kanye and Kyrie? What y'all want to do? I let y'all pick it. Y'all let me know when to stop.
Let's start slow. Go ahead to the NFL.
Go to NFL. All right. Well, let's go to the
Oh,
NFL.
we don't play till tomorrow.
That's right.
We don't need to talk about the NFL outside of the Cowboys losing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they did lose.
Wow. Well, let's talk about the Cowboys losing then. Damn. Got their ass beat. Well, overtime game. They lost to Green Bay like 5 minutes ago, and they've fallen 3 games back now. Is it 3 games back to the Eagles? Is it more than 3?
Well, the Eagles are 8-0. So, it's something like that.
It's 3 games because that put them at 6-3.
Well, the Giants won again.
So the Giants are coming up the second team in the NFC East right now, huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
Did the Giants lose to the Cowboys?
They lost to the Cowboys.
Did they play them yet?
I think they played them, and I think Cooper Rush was the quarterback, I believe.
Okay.
Or was that the Eagles? That was the Eagles, right? No, that was the Cowboys. They lost to the Cowboys.
So you got Giants fan. So is the NFC East the best division in football right now?
No.
Record-wise, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say the division. I would say that they probably got one of the best teams in the NFL with the Eagles. They're the only undefeated team left in football.
Yeah, but I'm talking about outside of us. Everybody is well above 500. Ain't no other division doing that. You
figure. I guess from a division standpoint, Giants are what? 7-2.
Yeah, they lost 2. Cowboys lost 3. We lost 4.
Well, look, the AFC East is looking good.
Give that respect back.
Yeah, the AFC East is looking good.
Yeah, with the Buffalo Bills and the Dolphins and the Jets, they got a pretty good division as well.
And then it's the NFC East. So it's between those two.
Yeah, okay.
You said the AFC East, right?
AFC East and the NFC East both got top stuff. But when the season started, all everybody was talking about was the AFC West. With all those so-called superstar quarterbacks in the AFC West.
when you talk that talk, the Giants have the second best record in the NFL, behind the Eagles.
They're what? Are they 7-2?
They 7-2 along with Kansas City 7-2.
Yeah, Buffalo lost today too.
Dolphins 7-3.
Yeah.
So them
Giants. You left out Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's 8-1 now.
Yeah, Minnesota's 8-1.
Oh, Minnesota 8. Oh, they did squeak out that win today. You're right. Minnesota's 8-1. I'm sorry.
That was the best game on TV today.
Justin Jefferson ain't nothing but the truth, bro.
Hey, but look, Kirk Cousins had to get it to him.
That was a hell of a throw down the end. That right before didn't they go to overtime?
Yeah, it went to overtime.
Yeah, right before overtime, Kirk Cousins looked like a real quarterback out there, man.
The whole game. The whole game, Kirk been balling.
Yeah, he has.
Whack ass Danny boy. All he had to do is pay that man his money, and he'll be balling for us right now. For the last
Kirk Cousins got paid.
You ain't want him here.
I did.
I did.
I wanted to pay him.
Y'all wanted RG3. Don't act like y'all ain't want RG3.
Oh, well, come on.
I gave up L. I gave up on after the second year.
RG3 was done way before that, man. Come on now.
Y'all wanted RG3.
You know we got the tape, but all of that. I can go back to it.
Go back.
Y'all eating that
we
Subway
got the tape. I will pull out the receipts.
I know I said pay Kurt, man. I know I said don't get rid of him. I know for a fact.
You blame Gruden for everything too.
Oh yeah, Gruden was terrible. Come on now. He was. I wasn't lying.
I didn't say you was lying, but I know you didn't want him to stay here.
Does he have a job now? Is he still in the NFL?
Yeah, he's a special offensive assistant to. I want to say it's Jacksonville. Yeah, he's like some type of offensive assistant somewhere. It's either Jacksonville. I don't think it's Cincinnati. Or it may be Cincinnati. It's either Cincinnati.
That's where he came from. He left Cincinnati to come to us.
For the head coaching position, right?
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying he left there. He was a offensive consultant. You know how they bring the ex-coaches in and make them like consultants or whatever? I want to say he's with Jacksonville. It might have been last year. I don't know who he's with this year, but I thought he was Jacksonville or Cincinnati.
I don't know.
So, what y'all think about the Colts picking up Jeff Saturday as a head coach? Never coached ever.
I meant to put that. I meant to put that down as a topic too for you, Black. I'm glad you brought that up.
Hey, I'm gonna say that they picked the right week to bring him out because they play the Raiders, and the Raiders ain't really no good. They got good players, but they got a lot of stuff going on. But I kind of agree with a lot of the pundits and the other people that have been speaking out that it's just more of a I'll say a slap in the face to like black coaches, man.
And not
you
only
got a dude that ain't got no college experience, ain't got no NFL experience, and they just be like, "Hey, you want a job, bro? Just come get the job."
Hold up, time out. Not even black coaches, but the coaches that were already there on staff.
Yeah,
it was people that was already there.
Yeah, technically speaking,
you got more coaching experience than him.
Yeah, technically speaking, you're right. You're right. I do have more coaching experience than he has, but the thing that kind of got me the most about it is, and I don't know if y'all know this, they got a coach on the staff. It's two black coaches on the coach staff right now. One of them has over 20 years experience as an assistant NFL coach right now, and I think the second guy is like 7 or 8 years. I think he's the DB coach. That they could have had one or two of those guys take over, or let's go worst case scenario. Gus Bradley is the D coordinator. He's the former San Diego Chargers head coach. So you got people that got experience, but you just bring a dude in off the street.
The owner, that was his owner's boy, wasn't it? He was a spy. He was a spy.
He was a consultant for. He was a consultant for him, but the Bama had what 1 year? How many years of high school coaching experience did he have?
I think 1.
And he was 3-7.
Yeah.
So like, what makes you think that you're gonna be able to come into the middle of a season?
My question is, how did he get a job as a consultant? Is the question.
Oh no, he was a center. Yeah, he was a center. He's been there for a minute.
But don't you have some type? Don't you have to have some type of when they ask you and they look at your resume for any other type of job? Don't they look at your experience to be a consultant?
He played. I'm telling you years for that organization.
I'm telling you from experience, a lot of that has to do with who you know.
Yeah, and he was the center. He was Peyton Manning's center all that time that he was there with that organization. So he had a relationship with that owner.
Hey, I want to add to that. You know, Kalo June, local guy. You know what I'm saying?
Anacostia dude.
Yeah, he's a linebacker coach there at the Colts.
And he played
the other guy.
Yeah,
he played as well as he's coached. You know, the college circuit. You know, about 4 or 5 different.
But look, that's what I'm saying. Outside of it, not just point blank putting it a black thing. It was other coaches that are there that have been a part of that team all year. That you bring somebody from outside with no experience in the middle of the season, not even with a training camp or none of that in the middle of the season.
Well, hey, but
he can't call first play. But he can't call first play, offense or defense.
In this climate, Keith, we need to make it a black thing. We need to
you need to make it a black thing.
Well, I'm gonna say this. It's a slap in the face to any coach that's been part of that situation.
That's what I'm saying. Any coach
whole season, period. You follow what I'm saying? It's an extra slap in the face to the black coaches because a lot of the black coaches got more experience than even the white coaches that's on the staff. Mm-hmm. So even if it's a job just for 8 games, you know, if you just say, all right, look, you got 20 years assistant coach. Remember, the Texans did it last year with that dude that they picked up from the Ravens. Remember that wide receiver coach that was with the Ravens for 20 years that literally coached the Houston Texans for that 1 year?
Yeah. With no quarterback.
It's the same thing, bro. Like you put them
with
on
no quarterback.
You give them a shot, see what happens. I mean, at least it is what it is. But I got a feeling that the reason why he kind of did that is that they plan on blowing that whole situation up from a staffing situation, and you don't want the possibility that any type of success. Now everybody's like, okay, look, let's give this guy a job. And he might be want to blow the whole situation up and start all over again.
And the other thing too is that, you know, we already talking about how a lot of the black coaches, when they get those jobs, they set up for failure, where they're going to a sorry team that don't have, you know, the same type of dogs that everybody else got. So if you put a black coach in this situation where they were already, losing like they were losing and coming in the middle of the season. Now he still got his back up against the wall as far as not giving a chance to win or being, giving scraps to try to make something happen.
I'll give you a point blank example of that. Look at the black coaches coaching at Nebraska.
Oh yeah.
There's a black coach that took over for Scott Frost in Nebraska. He played in Nebraska. He's been a coaching since 2000. Like every year, 2-3 years here. He was an LSU wide receivers coach with Orgeron. I think he got a national championship ring. He coached Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and then got the job as an associate head coach in Nebraska. Now he came in and he made a statement pre-game that they had come out during the broadcast and said, "Look, y'all didn't choose me, I didn't choose y'all, but we got to ride this out." So he's getting a chance. But the chances it's not a good chance for him to show what he can actually do, because what are you going to do when you come in? You take a team over and it's 3-5 already.
Yeah,
and
but I mean that's
games left in the season.
That's at the collegiate level, though. We talking about at the pro level,
right?
It's the same situation, but we talking about at the pro level where they got the Art Rooney rule. Ain't no Art Rooney rule at the collegiate level.
Yeah, but that's proved to have been a joke, bro. That Rooney rule.
Question. No question.
That's what I was about to say. It's no Rooney rule in the NFL.
And they said because it was in the middle of the season that the Rooney rule didn't actually go into effect in this situation because it was the middle of the season.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's ways to skirt around.
I don't. There's no way, he could be the nicest dude or the best dude out there and somebody that and you think he's a good guy. But for somebody to not have any type of coaching experience at the collegiate level or the pro level, not have a training camp, these men that he's supposed to be leading don't know him from Adam, and he come in and he's supposed to take over that franchise and do what he's supposed to do.
Hey, yo, people are mad at Jeff Saturday for taking the job, but I'm not. If somebody called me today and was like, "Hey, y'all done with college? And you want coach to coach for the next 8 games?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. Right. I do. I go right in that job, stay on the sideline with my little headset. I can fold my arms. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what?
Go for it.
I do it.
And you know what? From listening to him, like the only real sports show I watch now is Get Up. Now I can't do all the yelling with First Take. I can't do Undisputed. I can't do all that no more. But I do listen. I do watch Get Up.
Right.
And listening to his personality and the way that he talks about the game, and you could tell that he would be a player's coach because he's been there. So that would be his saving grace right now, is that he can go into that locker room and relate to those guys as much as he can. But as a coach, where I'm supposed to be listening to what you tell me to do, I can't. Like you said, 20 years of experience that you done been around the league. You done seen more stuff than he's seen.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I want to change gears too. Did y'all hear about Stephen A. Smith calling out Todd Bowles about let's question him? This black coach, first year, he only had the team 1 year, and he's trying to call him out for his job. That's some BS.
That's what happens to any black coach, bro. We don't get the same opportunities that other coaches get.
But why is Stephen A. doing that? He the one that's always talking about how black coaches don't get the fair shake all the time.
I didn't hear him. I didn't hear him go at Todd Bowles, but I heard how he been fussing about the Jeff Saturday hire. But I haven't heard him. I didn't.
2 weeks before. 2 weeks before when Tampa Bay lost that game, he did, and he got no I think Keyshawn was on there with him, and I think I can't remember who else was on there with him, and they ain't feed into it. They left it alone. Well, yeah, he tried to call him out. He said, "I'm just saying they was go for championship to where they at now, because when Bruce Arians was there, they was winning, but they don't look at him like this guy got 1 year."
That ain't on him. That's on his quarterback playing like some shit right now. And that's what's happening. Tom Brady's playing like some shit.
Oh,
that's
he ain't gonna call Tom Brady out.
Yeah,
that's why he's losing,
bro. That's what he does. That's why he ESPN's #1 boy. That's why he Craig best guy, whatever.
Oh,
hey, black.
No.
Hey, Black.
Don't throw that back my way.
When did Glenn become the narrator where he coming up with all these topics that change the gears?
Yeah.
I know we asked for the email a while back.
He came up with a topic. He changed the gears.
He spent the whole show.
You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy. He can't get a topic out of nobody, but they come on here live and throw all the damn topics around.
He done caught his own guard. I like to be prepared.
My bad.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
I
It's
was
a
just
Wildcats
messing with you,
podcast coming to you live from some Wildcat Studios. We live on YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter. We everywhere at some Wildcats, and the fellas are back. We here, man. So we talk a little bit NFL. I want to throw in. Hold on one second. I want to throw in. I want to talk about Justin Fields real quick. A lot of chatter on all the shows you don't watch, Keith, have been talking about how good Justin Fields is for the Chicago Bears and how great he's going to be next year because Chicago got all this cap space. They're going to get all these weapons to put around them. Is Justin Fields really that good to y'all? Is he really that type of quarterback?
Yes.
And he was before everybody started doing all this talking. The reason why he was looking like he was looking was because he was playing for a coach that did not know what he was doing or how to use him. Right. That dude was a 5-star coming out of coming out of high school. That got recruited to go anywhere he wanted to go in the country. You don't lose that.
At the end of the day, as a coach, you're supposed to fit your scheme around your players, not the other way around.
Right.
So you need to know what your players can do. Let me give you the best example I can give you. Look at Lamar Jackson. Their offense is catered directly to his skill set, which is why he excels at what he does. Chicago, because you got those, let's not make it a black or white situation, but let's just say you have those.
Why not? Go right ahead.
You have those traditional,
No. It was Matt Nagy. It wasn't just Chicago. It was Matt Nagy that was doing that with him. Okay, now Nagy's gone. All
right, so check this out. Matt Nagy trying to turn him into Patrick Mahomes, but he's not a Patrick Mahomes. Exactly. He's got a different set of skills.
Exactly. So right now he out there jump looking like Michael Vick.
Right. So instead of using him in the way that they should be using him, which is why they're having, so they lost today, but they put up like 30, 35 points.
30 points.
And he ran for like another 140, 150 yards.
Exactly.
They're starting to figure out what his skill set is. So if they put him in his position
he had 13 carries for 147 yards.
Okay, so that's
damn.
And that's following up on 175 last week.
And remember, he did the Patriots dirty the week before that.
Right. You don't have running backs getting 175 yards, and he had 175 yards. They said that was the most in NFL history in a regular season game.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I don't know what took him so long to let's say it like this. A lot of guys are hung up with, okay, you know what? Patrick Mahomes is black. You know, he does this, that, and the other. So they see, okay, this guy's same size, good similar arm strength or whatever. They're trying to prototype and say, we're gonna turn this dude into Patrick Mahomes. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
And Patrick Mahomes is not him. Patrick Mahomes does not have his speed.
Exactly.
So, my question is, when he first came into the NFL, they were trying to make him a pocket passer.
They tried to do that to every quarterback.
I don't think they knew what they was doing with him. Period. Matt Nagy didn't know what he was doing with him, period.
We keep saying we don't think they don't know. Aren't these professional coaches and staff people across the NFL that have all these people that do all this background and these checkups on these people?
And because of that,
I want you to look at it from this standpoint. He came from Ohio State. So he's playing with 60 other Under Armour All-Americans, right? So that means that you're good 2 or 3 deep on the depth chart at every position. Now you go to the NFL, everybody's getting paid. Everybody on your team ain't a first-round draft choice. You got undrafted dudes, you got 5th-round dudes, you got 7th-round dudes, you got 3rd-round dudes, whatever. So the talent and the skill level is different. So where he's used to throwing and being protected by all first-round guys, now you got a mixture of guys, which is what the NFL is made up of. But that's now he can't carry a team.
That's not,
and it's a different system that he's running. He was running a pro system.
That's not the point I'm making. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm trying to make is these are pro scouts, these are pro coaches, these are pro people in an organization that go out and when you want to draft, you want to pick somebody up, they do all their research on this quarterback. So just like you said that they tailored Lamar Jackson's that offense around him, why wouldn't they automatically do that from the jump? Why was this? Why are you always? If you do all this research and shit, why not just give him what he needs to excel right off the flip? Why?
You want my answer? Why?
Him?
You want my answer? Why?
Why?
It's called arrogance. These coaches are at the highest level of their profession. They're at the highest level. You can't tell me nothing. So what I've been doing to get to this point is what works, and I'm not going to change from what works.
This is my scheme,
and that's why you're fired.
And everybody wants to reinvent the wheel too.
Exactly.
They want to
because listen,
have it. This is mine.
The same thing happened with RG3 when he won the Rookie of the Year. They changed the system to do what he does. He wanted to be a stand-up quarterback, a pocket passer, all that, and not use his skill set. And that's when we went from being in the playoffs his rookie year and him winning the Rookie of the Year to now where we are now, starting to head in that direction.
He was scared to throw the ball. That's why. Let me throw this out there too. NFL defenses, once they get that year of film and tape, they catch up to you.
It don't even take a year. It don't even take a year.
What they do is, one thing that I learned when I had those internships is if the quarterback's holding the ball after 2.5 seconds, he's going to get hit. That stuff adds up over a period of time. The more hits that you can get on the quarterback, then you add on top that the dude is running and he doesn't slide, which is why they on these guys so much. That hey, once you break the line of scrimmage, get what you can get and get down on the ground because those hits add up over a season. And you see how you get worn down really fast, or the stuff that they think they can do in college. It ain't the same in the pros, bro. Everybody that you're going against in the pros is trying to knock your head off for that next contract.
Yeah,
it's just what it is.
But this is the thing now.
No sophomores and no freshmen. You playing against grown men at that point. It's a different ball game.
This is the thing now. The game done slowed down for him, and for him to get 175 yards one week and then come back with 150 yards the next week, he's got something that he's seeing something, and the game has slowed down for him that he's going to be all right.
Yep.
But a lot. What you're saying is true, Keith. But a lot what you're saying also that happened is they starting to cater the offense around his skill set, because I saw them do a lot of quarterback just straight up runs. You know what I'm saying?
RPO,
they quarterback draws.
Quarterback power.
They would just he take 2 steps back and he gone. I watched it happen like 5 times when I'm watching the game.
A lot of times that's him recognizing what's there. That might not be the play that's called. He's just taking what he see. Okay. And that's why I'm saying the game is slowing down for him.
And it could have took the reins off of him and not been on him. Because when you first come in, they say, "Hey, bro, look, you can't run. You got to stay in the pocket and go through your progressions." And then after a while, it ain't working. They be like, "All right, look, just go out and play and be natural." And that's what he's doing.
And that's what he's seeing right now.
Comfortable to him.
All right, let's take it to the top, y'all. Some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from some Wildcat Studios. We on YouTube, we on Facebook, we on Twitter. We everywhere, man. At some Wildcats, and we are back. Yes, we're back. So let's do what Glenn said we should do. Let's switch gears. We've been on the NBA NFL for a hot minute, y'all. Y'all want to switch gears and go into the NBA real quick before we tackle Kyrie and Kanye?
Yeah, you can
talk about the Wizards.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to, Glenn.
That's
what I want. That's what I want to get.
They've been balling.
They balling. They got 4 in a row right now. 4 in a row. My Wiz kids. So
I wish y'all could see my face right now.
I know he mad. I
ain't mad. I ain't mad. I'm bored.
They just beat Memphis. Matter of fact, they just beat Memphis.
Did John Morant play?
No, he did not play. But
okay, thank you. Let's go.
Bradley Beal. Hold. Stop the roll. Bradley Beal ain't paid in the last 4 games either.
Okay.
Bradley Beal is becoming a billionaire off of the Wizards dime.
What'd that tell you?
Come on, he's the star. He's the star of the team.
Evidently not if they win it without him.
Oh, come on now, man. So you saying the Lakers going to win?
Porzingis is killing it too, though.
Who?
Okay.
Porzingis is playing. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's balling.
He ain't hear my LA comment though. Can the Lakers win without LeBron James?
They not winning with LeBron James.
They ain't winning with him right now.
My point. my point.
But hold up, you do remember about this time last year, the Wizards had one of the best records in the league, and then where they finished. It's an 82 game season.
Yeah, it is.
All that talk early on. Yeah, it ain't even Christmas yet.
It is. It's a lot of surprise teams right now for this early part of the NBA season, and I'm gonna talk about the Utah Jazz. They just, once they traded away, what's the Donovan Mitchell, I thought they were going to take a step down. So what's your take on Utah Jazz with the Wizards beat last night? But go right ahead.
They're a good team.
Exactly. That's
They're a team, bro.
But it's early on. Not built. But are they real? Just like you said, it's early in the season. But are they real?
I mean, they not built to make a run. Do I expect them in the finals? Nah. but they're gonna be a solid team. They're gonna have a winning season. I got them probably still making the playoffs.
Right, get in the play-in. They can get in the play-in game.
Exactly.
Play-in tournament.
Exactly. But that's about what's to be expected for what they gave up versus what they have.
But the West too tough right now.
Yeah.
The West too tough.
And you know what? We were on in the group chat, Keith, and you made a comment that the West is the best. It has, it's the best conference right now.
It
Are
is.
you still confident with that? For real?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Well,
Are you
because
looking at
you
any other game?
I'm watching all the games, man. I'm watching all the games. I watch every game every night. I got it on my direct TV.
Okay.
I got NBA, whatever, Switch, whatever.
So your eyes are not telling you what you see.
Yeah, my eyes are telling me that the Eastern Conference is the better.
There's three teams in the East, Black. Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, and Brooklyn. That's it. That's it. They got nobody else.
Now, see, you must not be watching because you just put Brooklyn up there. How you gonna skirt right past the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Brooklyn's better than Philly. They better than
Washington.
They better than Charlotte. They better than Atlanta.
But the Heat
going to fizzle out like they always do.
How you gonna skirt past the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors like that ain't nothing?
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
They're not
the Cleveland Cavaliers are decent. They're decent.
With Donovan Mitchell, they better than decent, man.
No,
I think Mitchell's playing.
What has Mitchell won?
What is
that?
To make him put them over the top. You said it like he's the changer of their fate.
They're young.
He's a closer.
They're young.
He's a piece.
They're a closer. They're young.
Closer too.
They
had a closer last year. And the young
Darius
Garland was their closer last year.
Well, now they got two closers.
Yeah, but they still can't beat Milwaukee.
They closed their way right out of the playoff, the play-in tournament. And as long as Giannis is over there, they're not gonna go through Milwaukee.
But Bagley said it's only 3 teams, and he gave the Brooklyn Nets the nod. And I understand I'm a big KD fan. Kyrie Irving is all good, but they're not a team. They're not a team. They're not going to gel. I don't see them gelling to get past. I didn't say
that they were going to win a championship. I'm just telling you, Philadelphia is done. They're going to fire Doc Rivers probably before the season's over. I got them firing Doc Rivers before the season's over. If they smart, they'll give Sam Cassell the job.
I think they're gonna right that ship before it's all over with, and I still think Brooklyn gonna be they'll be in that top 6 teams in the East.
Yep.
I think Philly is gonna right that ship before it get to the point where they getting rid of Doc.
So you figure top 6, you got Boston, Milwaukee, you got Brooklyn, you got Philly. Mm-hmm. So you got Cleveland in your top 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who's your 16? Atlanta.
You got to put Toronto in there, man. Toronto, Atlanta.
Toronto ain't got nobody but Fred VanVleet. Pascal Siakam is been hurt like every season since he got that big contract.
He balling,
but again, it's still early. It's early.
He balling right now,
and they got Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's early.
But I'm talking about for a serious contender. I don't see past those 3.
Those 3, no.
Can you see Chicago not getting it together and
yes.
doing?
Yes, they're not gonna get it
Come
together.
on now. No.
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Oh wow. Why are they doing that to Chi-Town? They got Zach LaVine.
Chicago.
Every Cowboy says Chi-Town, Chicago.
So Lonzo Ball is still balling the family or whatever, getting his money or whatever.
He just
Charlotte
came back.
Ain't nothing. You got Zach LaVine, you got DeMar DeRozan, right? That's all they got, right?
You got who else on that squad? Let me look up their depth chart.
They got Caruso.
I was going to say they got Alex Caruso. They got Gordon
so there's your hustle player.
But guess what? They're not as good as the bottom half of the West.
Okay, well, let's go to the West real quick. We talked about the East. Let's go to the West. Let's check out the West.
So you talking about the Denver Nuggets? You talking about Golden State? You talking about Memphis?
Dallas.
Golden State is 2-10 right now.
Golden State has
bro.
championship DNA, and they will right the ship before it's all over with. That's all. They just get healthy and right the ship.
All right.
They're not going nowhere.
They 2-10. Steph had what?
Golden State is 5 and 7.
You know what? Anthony Cowan did bring in Miami.
Golden State is 5-7.
And look, and then Derek talking about Dallas.
Hold on, Glenn, you just said that the Golden State was 2-10.
Yeah, they 5-7.
I mean, Lakers, my bad, Lakers.
It is 12. Your math is off, dog. Your math is way off right there.
Hey, but guess what? With that 12 games, it's 70 games left.
That's a 500.
It's 70 games left.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
I forgot about Miami. I forgot about Miami.
It's early. It's early.
January, February, anyway. So
yeah, we ain't even got to the All-Star break yet. It's 70 games left.
Well, since there's so much time,
I watch the Wizards now. Then after All-Star, then I start watching.
The Wizards are gonna do what they do.
The West Coast is too late, man.
My question is LA gonna right their ship?
No,
I'm talking about the Lakers.
Not unless they make some moves.
No.
If anybody win the championship in LA, it's gonna be the Clippers right now if they stay healthy. But again, Kawhi's out again.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Again,
Kawhi's stealing money.
He doing a
Kawhi's
job.
stealing money.
For years.
He's the new John Wall.
No,
at least he got a ring behind his though.
John Wall is balling right now.
That John Wall
with
is
crazy, with a chip on his shoulder.
So what? John Wall, about 500 million when it's all said and done? Maybe a little.
He's balling
bit more?
right now.
Who, John Wall?
And he done took names of everybody that talk shit about him, and he's balling.
He should be. That Batman been off for like 3 years.
I blame Houston.
That Batman been off for 3 years, falling down the steps, drunk, and everything else of that nature. Whatever.
I blame Houston for that. He sat on the bench healthy last year. I blame Houston.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what you're gonna do. Where you think Russell Westbrook gonna end up at? Because he ain't gonna stay in LA.
I don't care.
Hey, I got another one for you. Check this out. Don't be surprised. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but what if Carmelo Anthony signs with Golden State? Think about that. Carmelo Anthony ain't signed with nobody yet.
I don't think he's gonna make no impression on Golden State though. I mean, what?
What?
No.
You kidding me?
No.
For that second unit that they got?
No.
He need the ball too much. He need the ball in his hand too much.
No.
Nah. Not the new Carmelo.
No.
The old Carmelo used to do that. The new Carmelo will fit in.
I didn't even realize he wasn't on the team this year, man. You just brought that to my attention. I didn't realize he wasn't even balling. But I don't think I don't know. Melo.
All he missing is a ring, bro. All he missing is a ring. You don't think
I love Melo.
You don't think he'll swallow his pride? His pride? You don't think that he'll swallow his pride, man, and go to Golden State,
Melo,
and come off that bench and lead that young charge? Him and Jordan Poole in the second unit? You kidding me?
No. You add another basketball to the mix.
He's saying Melo's a new man now. He's saying Melo's changed. He's not that guy no more. He's
doing that. He did it with the Lakers.
Boo said he did that with the Lakers, but I think that was a little bit different because you had those guys that he respected and came in with.
So you don't think that was the difference with the Lakers? Draymond and Clay and Steph enough to, all right, man, look, you know what I'm saying? Pull the rookie coattail if he act a little wild, because remember, all he needs is 10, 15 points a game, 17 points a game.
Man,
get that in his sleep.
Draymond's the reason that bench ain't doing nothing now because he punched Jordan Poole in the mouth. That's what's wrong with the bench.
Hey, Jordan Poole is balling, Slim. Jordan Poole is balling every night, and he doing it. He doing it with some flair too.
So Anthony Calvin says Carmelo's a good fit for them right now. Go to state. Golden State
okay?
has a youth movement. Go to State has a youth movement, and then they tried to fix the freeway flying. What the hell?
Hey,
anyway,
he's doing that from his phone. His phone don't do Ebonics.
Yeah. He's saying he's not a good fit.
He's not a good fit. Just say that, man. Just say that. You ain't got to take it.
I think he's a good fit because I think they're gonna end up trading away Kuminga and Wiseman.
No, they're gonna keep Wiseman.
What?
Kuminga got to get under control right now. He still look a little OC at times, but his upside is there.
Wiseman ain't going nowhere.
Wiseman ain't going nowhere.
What's up, Anthony Parker?
He's a rim protector. I mean, he is nothing else. He is a shot blocker and a rim protector.
Yeah.
Hey, it's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from some Wildcat Studios. We on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and IG at some Wildcats. And we're going to stay inside the NBA, and we're going to talk a little bit about Kyrie Irving. I'm going to just jump to Kyrie and his situation going on with the Jewish community and his retweet of Hebrews to Negroes, the Hebrews to Negroes. It's supposed to have some anti-Semitic tropes in this documentary. I haven't seen it yet. But he didn't. He apologized. Well, he apologized in his way, and said he can't be anti-Semitic. And I guess that was not good enough for everybody. I guess they did not feel that he was sorry enough. So then he got his suspension, and then he put out a real apology, I guess, for them. But now he has a whole laundry list of stuff that he must do to get reinstated to play in the NBA, in which I think is kind of, I think that list is kind of
scapegoat. He's a scapegoat, bro.
I think it's demeaning. I think it's demeaning. I think it's kind of, I'm not going to use all the little wording that they say about, they trying to break the buck and all that. Now, I just think it's kind of demeaning to his character. Kanye. I mean, I say Kanye. I'm sorry. Kyrie is Kyrie, but I do not think he has 1 ounce of hate in his body for anybody. You know what I'm saying? And with that text and with that retweet, I think he was trying to educate some of his followers, and in a way, he didn't do more research on whatever that documentary has in it. I haven't seen it yet. Once again, but I just think it's They trying to make an example out of him right now, and I think they got the wrong one, because he's not the hate. He doesn't preach hate. He doesn't have hate in his soul. He's different. He's him, but I just don't think he's that type of person, man.
Winning cures everything, Black. If Brooklyn was 15-0 right now, whatever, you probably wouldn't have half the situation that you're dealing with right now, because you got everything that you got going on right there, and because of all the stuff that he's done in the past with his situation. They're using him as a scapegoat. And at the end of the day, like they say, the thing been on Amazon, they said for a minute, and ain't nobody said nothing about it. So it ain't like he just discovered it. It's been out there. Apparently like lots of people have watched it. I've never heard of it or never heard any discussion on it. But you put that in a tweet that, I watched this the other day or whatever, and people take it as if you're throwing out hate speech. It's another, I think, example of what they do to us.
But look, this is the thing. This is the thing. So, and I'm not gonna put him and Kanye in the same category, because is the only way I would put them in the same category right now is that they both do a bunch of talking, and they talking like they talking at everybody as opposed to talking to everybody, and they know more than everybody else, so they smarter than everybody else, and don't nobody really want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
But on this shit with him just putting a tweet, I think where he got in trouble at was he didn't put no context as to what he was saying or what he meant by his retweet. But he didn't create that documentary. He didn't put it on Amazon. So why is he the fall guy that he has to pay $500,000 in a fine? He has to apologize to the whole Jewish community. He didn't create this document. This documentary, he didn't create it. He's a basketball player. I don't think that had nothing to do with him shooting a jump shot. That ain't had nothing to do with him, running the team and getting everybody the ball in the spots that they need to do as a point guard. It had nothing to do with that.
It's costing the league money, Keith. That's literally what it is. It's a black mark on the shield, on the brand. Is what it is, because of where it came from. That's why they doing what they doing to him.
If that film is that bad, then you take it down off of Amazon. You go at the director, whoever made the documentary, then you go at them too. It shouldn't just be Kyrie, like he was the one that made the documentary, and he's the one that's kind of taking the hit for all of this, while the man that made it is now making more money because everybody's watching it just to see what the hell they talking about.
Yeah, but the Amazon dude is worth $115 billion. That's a whole nother ball game right there.
Hey, that's the platform that it was on. If they so offended by it, take it off the platform. Go to
$115 billion.
I kind of agree with you, Keith, and I hate to agree with you sometimes, but I kind of do right now, just because of the fact that it's still up there right now, and they're making the money.
Exactly.
He didn't put it there. And my thing is, you cannot get anybody from the NBA. They say they sent a letter to Amazon asking to take it down, but why aren't they openly talking about, trying to make a movement to get this thing removed from Amazon? Why aren't they making this type of big movement instead of just
instead of going at him?
It's all Kyrie.
Told you, low hanging fruit. They not going after the dude with 115 billion.
But look,
Coach Tony.
Everybody keep talking about, nobody else in the NBA stepping in or coming to his defense. What are they supposed to say? Everybody should just get off of Twitter.
Not what Charles Barkley and Shaq punk ass said.
But you know what? With Charles Barkley and Shaq, the comments that they made was a combination of all the stuff that he's done in the past. Whether he sat out last season,
I'm not giving him that pass. No, I'm not giving him that pass.
I'm not giving him a pass.
No,
I'm not giving him a pass.
I don't care what he did.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm not giving him a pass.
Keep talking.
I'm not giving him a pass because they was out of pocket for that comment and calling that man an idiot.
And that's
I'm sure that they've tweeted something that that they even deleted. But the reason that they made that statement was not about that tweet. It was about a combination of all the shit that he had did before that.
And that's not right. Hold on.
I'm not saying that's right.
I don't care what I understand what you're saying. I hear you loud and clear. I don't care what he's done in his past. The way they reacted to him when this is going on right now
was wrong.
Was 110% wrong.
I agree.
If you don't know, shut the fuck up. If you don't know,
that's why
Kenny Smith ain't say nothing.
But look, and that's the same reason why a lot of the dudes in the NBA are not coming to his defense or saying something one way or the other, because they just don't know. They don't even know the context behind the tweet or what part he was talking about. So they're not going to come to his defense or say anything derogatory about him.
They understand how the game is played, Keith. At the end of the day, all they're doing is, like, you're right, they're wrong for doing that out loud, because I tell people all the time, we're supposed to do certain things to each other in the dark, not out in the light in front of him. So you do that when you see up, you pull up on him and be like, "Hey, bro, look."
Like they always trying to be the OGs. That's what you would do. Exactly. How many times have me and you had conversations on the phone that nobody else know about that we got to talk about? Whether I'm in the wrong or whether you in the wrong, it's like, "Hey, dog, Slim, you should have did it this way or you should have did it that way." That's the way they should have handled it.
So they're wrong for the way that they did it.
Yes.
Not necessarily for the message, because what they're telling him is, bro, you've been in this game long enough to know that this game is played a certain way. It's just certain things that you don't do in this game.
But you also
the privilege of you being in the NBA. It just is what it is.
But you also don't call him an idiot. You don't call him an idiot in front of the world.
Exactly.
That's supposed to be your little brother. That's supposed to be your little brother and somebody that you're looking out for the league. You don't call him an idiot in front of the world.
That was some bullshit on that platform. The way that platform is for inside the NBA, they were just 100% wrong, man. It's like, and I'm gonna get to the heart of the matter. As black men, that was fucked up. I just come on now, dude. What y'all doing?
Here's a throwback to what we was talking about earlier. And Glenn, this is going to bring your point full circle. You want to know why Stephen A does what he does? Because look who's paying him all the money that he's getting paid. Where is he getting it paid from? So they come to him and be like, "Hey, bro, hey, so that's how y'all people gonna carry it? Hey, man, you should say something about that." And remember, we gave you that $25 million contract. And what does Stephen A. Smith do? Come on, I can't believe this. Kyrie should know better. This, that, and the other, because those people are in his ear for that. Hey, man,
but he even came to his defense on the suspension and everything that he got to do to get reinstated. He came to his defense.
Right, he did.
So it ain't just about that. I think this one, like, I didn't agree with everything that Kyrie has done.
It was worse. I'm gonna say this. It was worse when Shaq and them did it, because that was in the heat of the moment when the shit just came out. That's what, you know what I'm saying? It just happened, and I thought at that point they should have just backed up off and been straight up. You know what? I'm not making a comment on it right now. Y'all go ahead to another topic.
And that's exactly what the rest of the people in the league are doing. That's what the league is doing. They're giving it a chance to kind of see what's happening, get all the information before I jump out there and say something crazy. And now I'm stuck in hot water myself.
Yeah, but you got to remember, the Shaq ain't trying to lose his general insurance commercials and the rest of that stuff. So he don't want to be associated with that. So what he do? He jump out there and say what he gonna say, and then at some point in time, he'll see Kyrie and be like, "Hey, man, so you gonna put him on blast in public, but then apologize to him behind the scenes?
You're not apologizing. You're not going to apologize to me in public. I'm not even talking to you in private. Yeah. That conversation is done. Just let me lose my number. I have nothing to say to you.
Derek says it should be a brotherhood.
It should.
It should.
It should.
Really should.
It's too much money involved, bro. It's too
much.
And
the way that they win
it goes out the window when it's that much money involved, bro. Period. I don't know why people don't understand that. It's a brotherhood. You're right, Derek Bailey. It should be a brotherhood.
But listen,
it ain't a brotherhood when it's $80 million that's on the line right there. Fuck the
this
brotherhood.
When it goes back. This way it goes back to what I was saying, though.
That's Tony. The part that mentality is wrong, though.
This way it go back to what I was saying about it being a combination of everything in his past, right? Stephen A. tallied up the money that he lost last year by not getting vaccinated and missing all the home games, the deal with Nike, and then the money that he's losing from the games that he's missing while he's there. $330 million. God
damn, boy.
$330 million.
Kyrie lost, right?
That's what Kyrie lost.
Okay.
And now it's more than 5 games now, so it's going to be more than that.
Yeah.
Did that include that Nike stuff?
The Nike stuff too.
Hey, bro, they said Kanye lost $1.5 billion.
Yeah, but Kanye just need to shut up.
We're going to switch gears at some point in time and end up there, but it's going to circle back to this same thing. It's about money, bro. $1.5 billion?
Anthony Cowan said that Shaq and Charles said what a lot of dudes were thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the reason why they was thinking that and why they were saying that was it was a combination of everything. Yep. The stuff that he said about the world being flat, the stuff that he said about
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a combination of everything that they're just looking at him like just that it's him. But this here, just one tweet is not something that he should not be paying for this one tweet like he's paying for this one tweet.
Hey, yo, I got another side. Did y'all hear about how they sued New York for those workers and they got fired and hired them and give them back pay? So technically, for that same law that he couldn't play, a good lawyer
they had to back pay. Yep, get his money back for all the games he missed. Yep, due to that vaccination.
They say it was unconstitutional, so they had to give them people their job back, give them money, and give them back pay.
Yeah, but he ain't getting that $330 million back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She get back NBA money. Half of that was salary. Half had to be salary.
Don't make $330 million, bro. That shit was endorsements and everything else, man.
It was a combination of everything.
So he had to make at least half of that. He missed
he only makes like $40 million a year.
Today would be the first day that he's supposed to be able to come back. They play the Lakers tonight. It was supposed to be the first day that he was supposed to be able to come back after
he ain't on that jump.
After the 5th day, he's not playing tonight. So this is another game.
Because he hasn't completed that list or complied with everything on that list or whatever.
I'm pulling up Kyrie Irving's. They ain't even got him listed.
He make like $40 million a year.
Stephen A. Smith pulled the whole thing out and outlined everything and jotted everything down in bullet points.
$36 million is about $40 million. So $36 million.
That was because that was because he messed up the max deal that he could have got with Brooklyn last year. He messed that up.
Yep.
But we all know Kyrie ain't tripping off the money.
Yeah,
bro. I don't think he really is. I think it's all about principle with the dude. That
part to me right there, I don't understand. I get that. You got money, you this, that, and the other, but a max deal, bro, like that's and it's guaranteed money. I mean, right. It's so guaranteed, Black. I think Allen Houston still just got his last paycheck from the Knicks like last week or something.
Look, did you see
signed 20 years ago?
Did you see the meme about Chris Bosh? How he was still getting paid from Miami?
Yes. Same thing with Luol Deng. Luol Deng just came off the Lakers payroll. He ain't played in the league in I don't know how long.
Hey, Glenn, back to your point about the state of New York getting paying all those people back pay. Derek Bailey says that's only for government employees, so Kyrie will not be getting that money.
No, I'm saying, but he can have his own lawsuit. I said a lawyer get out there and pick that case.
Oh yeah, he get the right. Oh, but now he can't get a Jewish lawyer to do that for him.
No doubt.
Oh, is that not a stereotype, Keith Morris? What are you doing, sir? What are you doing, sir? You need to stop that, man. That's not.
Hold up. With
not politically correct.
Hey, listen. With that statement that he made right there, if he does go get a Jewish lawyer and they say I can't take you, would that be a form of racism? Would they be discriminating against Kyrie because he's black and because?
So what do they call it when it is anti-Semitic when it's them? But what do they call it when it's us?
Just think about it. Think about it. Man, he apologized. Technically, he apologized.
You
know,
I don't know, man.
Now they telling you how sincere your apology got to be. After they already done took your 500,000.
Yeah.
He has to learn. He has to learn the culture and understand what he did and how many people he hurt. And I'm like, hold up.
And look, the owner of the Nets now is doing that.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
The owner of the Nets, that's pressure from outside. That
but they saying Adam Silver is a Jew too, so
that's pressure from the outside. That dude is getting pressure from the outside. Also, you just gonna let him come back after 5 games? He probably, I don't feel that he was contrite in his apology or whatever. So he's gonna continue service. So he ain't trying to lose money elsewhere, man.
All of that is somebody else's sensitivity level. That's what we're talking about right now. Everybody's sensitivity level.
The owner of the Nets is Asian. I just want to point that out. But go right ahead. I just want to point that out. That's all I'm saying. He's Asian.
What was that nugget for? What was the relevance of that?
He's a Hong Kong Canadian billionaire.
Oh my God!
I'm reading off the internet. That's all.
He probably getting a lot of his money from
Hong Kong and
Canadian.
That's
all I'm saying.
He probably getting a lot of his money from Jewish Americans, though, Black. So he knows what he's doing. He's protecting his base. He's protecting his money, man. Don't believe for 1 second he ain't getting flooded from the Jewish American society saying, "Hey,
he's actually Taiwanese. He's born in Taiwan."
Well, I don't care what he is. I'm just telling you that he's getting.
You done put him in several different places now. You done put him in Hong Kong. You done put him in Canada. You done put him in Taiwan.
Man, that's what Google says. Google says he's a Hong Kong Canadian billionaire businessman.
Lawyer. But he was in Thailand too.
Black. You know everything.
He was born in Thailand, man.
Oh, look, there you go. Look,
no, not Thailand. He was born in Taiwan.
You're a funny guy.
Let's just call him international.
Nah,
hey, Black.
He is Asian.
Hey, Black. But don't think for a minute that everything ain't today is not done off of analytics and focus groups. He got somebody in his ear saying, "Hey, them 5 games ain't enough. You losing money. Your shares are dropping in your company because of such and such and such," which is why you got somebody that comes out and does that. When the NBA sets the parameters with the owner, this is going to be what it's going to be, and then the owner comes out and says, "Oh, it's not enough. I don't feel that he's like this." That's him getting information from somebody else saying, "Hey, nah, your people that you getting your money from are not happy with what's going on. You need to show them that you really mean business." And he's doing something else. That wouldn't even surprise me if he don't pull Kyrie to the side and say, "Hey, look, man, we're going to give you a couple more days off." You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell everybody you're going to serve out your suspension, but I'm going to slide you your money on the back end.
Well,
trust me, I know that they do.
Basically what he said, Anthony said, the owner said that Kyrie wasn't compassionate enough in his apology, and he would continue to serve his suspension until
that's for the public, Black.
That's for the public. To him.
That's for the public.
That's a political bullshit.
Listen, I told Anthony this last week when all of this first started. I wouldn't be surprised if Kyrie walk away from the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he walk away from the game, and not because he can't do it no more, but just that he don't want to deal with all of this no more.
Yeah, he's gonna end up playing in China like Starberry. You know,
I'm talking about walking away from the game altogether.
All right, let's take it to the top, fellas. Some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from some Wildcats studios. We on YouTube, Facebook, IG, and Twitter at some Wildcats. Talking Kyrie Irving right now, so we might as well just switch right to Kanye because they're linked. They're not linked, but
no.
I'm gonna tell the truth about this Kanye thing. My opinion of Kanye, I canceled him a long time ago.
Yes.
When he made those comments about slavery was a choice, and he reconfirmed it with me when he's made those comments about George Floyd's murder. And so what happened to him when he made those, when he went on his rant about the Jewish community. Now, what he said, I think it was justified what they did to him, because he was being a straight asshole with it, in my opinion. Kanye was, okay? That's just my personal opinion. But right now, he's saying he's untouchable. You know what? I got a little clip. I'm going to play a little part of the clip where he calls out a couple of people in the entertainment world And I'm gonna play this for you real quick. Y'all check it out.
They can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize.
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
Right.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mom ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right, had to write net worth 400 million.
My thing that I got an issue with Kanye is
why did I have to listen to that shit?
I just think that he got canceled. They took all his money after he made comments about another community. They didn't go after him to take all his money away. We said everything about his own black community. They didn't say, you know, we taking these Nike or that Adidas. They didn't say we taking the Gap. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do all this until he made comments about another community. And that's my only issue with this whole thing. I'm like, Kanye's an ass to me. You know, he gets what he deserves. But I just think it's kind of funny that he did all this BS to the black community, his own community, and they let it ride.
No, they didn't let it ride.
Hasn't changed, bro.
Well, they didn't let it ride.
They let it ride money-wise.
They told him to stop, and he kept going.
They let it ride money-wise. How about
that? They told him to stop, and he kept going. He's still going.
They let it ride money-wise.
He's not making the. They didn't
attack his pockets until he mentioned another community. Keith.
Hey, but listen,
Jack said he got more money than Ye. Jay got more money than Ye. Beyonce got more money than Ye. So what is he talking about them being sacrificed? That's what I'm talking about right there, where he's talking like he's talking at everybody and he's above everybody else. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
All right, but let me say this. This is going to sound kind of wild, right? I want y'all to think back to when Dave Chappelle signed for that $50 million on Comedy Central, and then he got lost for a minute, and then he went on Oprah. He's saying some of the same things or sound the same way that Dave Chappelle sounded on Oprah when he was talking about what happens to people when they get to a certain level financially in that world. Now, we're the only people in the world that you can make disparaging comments about and say all kinds of reckless things and put Yeezys out on Friday and niggas are standing in line around the corner and still buy them joints. Y'all know that, right? There's no other community that will do that. If you cross another community being from that community and you get canceled, they're not going to help line your pockets. We're the only ones that will do that. You know what I'm saying? We're the only ones that will do that. So you're right. So you're in a situation where as long as it's not their community, they ain't got no problem with it. But as soon as you cross lines, because our culture is not like like other people's culture. Mm-hmm. We don't stick together and we don't do things socially as a group of people like other cultures do. So if we could have stopped all this a long time ago when he first came out, started talking reckless about the slavery and everything else of that nature, look at the Yeezy sales go down. Ain't nobody buying your Yeezys or buying your Fear God t-shirts and sweatshirts and this, that, and the other. Message sent. But we're as a people who they market the stuff to, we're not like that. But soon as you speak out about that, look what happens. Few phone calls get made. Now that dude done lost $1.5 billion. He ain't got no Adidas, no Nike. No Adidas no more. He got his Gap contract taken away from him. You understand? Because they roll different than the way that we roll. So I'm just saying, when you look at it from the long term, I'm not gonna say he's not the first person to have made it to a certain point, let's say financially and socially, and cracked up. He was already a little shaky before he got there. But just go back and look at some of the old footage of Dave Chappelle explaining what happened to him when he signed for that unprecedented amount of money back in the day with Comedy Central. What happened? They're doing literally the same thing to him that they did to Dave Chappelle at that point in time. He just wasn't smart enough to get the hell out and go to Africa for 3 weeks or a month and get lost or whatever. They just figure out a way, you know what? This dude like to talk. Keep putting a microphone in his mouth. He going to say something reckless until he got to a point, like Keith said, where they told him to stop. Hey, bro, stop. You know what I'm saying? They're going to let a few things slide. But then you get real reckless, then they show you and put you back in your place. Now, 400 million still ain't a place for you to end up.
Yeah, the band ain't broke. But LaShawn Lindsay agrees with you on Facebook. She says facts.
She was agreeing with me. She wasn't agreeing with Tony.
It's all about me.
Damn.
She was agreeing with me. She wasn't agreeing with Tony.
Damn.
That's all right. You can type in.
But that's part of it right there, man. Is
let
that
us know who you were agreeing with.
But that's part of it is that it. Even though Tony just went through and put all that so elegantly together about what he was doing, it's still nobody wants to hear that bullshit, man. It's I don't know. It's like since his mom passed, and I got so much compassion for that. I understand that when you lose a loved one that had a big impact on your life, that was the only one that could get him to calm down, make sense of it all, take a step back before you just jump out there and start saying whatever is crazy. That was the only one that could get him to calm down. Now, I watched him on Drink Champs the first time. Sound like completely different dude. Sound like he had a bunch of sense, common sense, made a whole bunch of valid points. And then the next day he gets up and he comes back on Drink Champs again, and I don't know who the hell he was.
Well, that's that bipolar in him too. I mean, he got some other mental issues going on as well. And I would definitely tell you that he ain't got nobody that's telling him, hey, bro, you need to make sure you take that pill.
That's what I'm saying. So for you to sit there and try to make a whole bunch of sense out of everything that he says or what he does, I got to look at your prescription now.
Bama lost me when he told me he was running for president. I was like, okay,
that's what I'm saying.
That kind of got me right there.
So for you to try to make sense out of that, I got to see what's in your medicine cabinet, Slim. We got to talk.
Hey,
we got to talk. We got to sit down.
Hey, Bag, since you're the resident tax man around here, that dude Antoine Clemens says Yeezy has to pay taxes on that $2 million though, even though he lost it. $2 billion. I mean, my bad, $2 billion that he had. Now he's down.
Nah, not necessarily, bro. It's going to happen based on when he receives it. If they cancel the contract and they never pay him the money, he'll never have to pay taxes on it. And the other thing too, man, with a lot of these guys or whatever, the guys that are billionaires, there's different levels of being billionaires. Jeff Bezos is a billionaire, for real. A lot of it's based on your net worth. So when you say Jay-Z's a billionaire in the whole 9 yards, that's based on the contracts and the potential of the money that he has to make. He might have a net worth of $1 billion because he's got contracts with Google that go for 5 years to pay him $200 million, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when you add that in,
same thing with Shaq with Shaq too. Same thing.
Yes, when you have a net worth of $1 billion, it's based on everything that you have. Somebody like Floyd Mayweather, who actually is like checks, that is getting actual cash and will show you that there's money like literally in the bank. That's a different level of billionaire right there. When it's actually in liquid assets and it's not in, contracts or future earnings and things of that nature. So if you look at Floyd Mayweather's status as being a billionaire, he's actually made $1 billion in actual like cash money type situations, checks that have hit the bank, so forth and so on. Follow what I'm saying? It's different when you look at it. So that's how a person can, like his status, can go from being a billionaire. They say he's a billionaire to you take away his Adidas deal, you take away his Gap deal, and now he only worth $400 million because that's based on what he could have earned over a period of time.
But Bagley,
did you just say only 400 million?
I'm talking about in the relationship of a person that's $2 billion, Keith. We talking basically, if you take the 1.5 plus his net worth of 400, that's 1.9 billion dollars. So you go from being a basically almost a double-digit billionaire down to 400 million. Now, of course, to us, that's a lot of money right there, regardless for for us. But for somebody like that, it wouldn't be surprising to see that. People jump off buildings for losing net worth like that.
Hey, but they say Floyd Mayweather's net worth was only 450 million, man. That's the Google machine.
I would disagree.
You just said only again. you just said only again. Lord.
Hey, yeah.
So look, Boo said Puffy tried to reach out to Ye.
He need to get his weight up, man.
Hey, that's another dude right there, man. That's another dude while we having a conversation right there that's built his empire on the backs of a lot of brothers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Puffy said he ain't do nobody wrong with them contracts, man.
It's too many people coming out, bro. It's too many people that come out just saying the same.
Puffy said he got receipts back. We don't know what you're talking about, man.
Yeah, he ain't never produced none, has he?
Hell no.
No, he ain't produced.
Puffy
it's widely known and widely, I guess, thought throughout the industry that he's done a lot of shady things to a lot of people.
All right. Some Wildcats podcast. We still live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and IG at Some Wildcats. We back at it. The first show in probably like 4 months. I got the crew with me. My man Tony, Glenn, and Keith. Keith is that black box with the K in the middle of it. That's Keith right there.
Black box.
I am him.
You can catch my man Derek and Ant inside the chat room. Okay, I don't know where the hell Dave is, but we're gonna switch gears again, y'all. We're gonna go back to the NFL real quick and talk Commanders. Want to keep topics and talk about a potential sale of our home team, our Washington Commanders, and the pressure that's being put on by the NFL and on Danny Boy because of all the allegations. A lot going on with Danny Boy right now because I think the Attorney General of DC actually sued him, the NFL, Roger Goodell, the organization, everybody over some, I guess, trying to hide the fact that their sexual harassment claims. I guess the investigation didn't happen. I don't know. I just know they're getting sued, and I'm happy. We want him to sell the team because I believe it's a curse on our squad. We're never going to win anything until we get rid of Danny Boy. So, Keith, I'll let you jump in there first, man. What you think about what's going on with the Washington Commanders and the sale?
I think
potential.
I think it's a whole is from when it first came out. They were saying that he was only looking to sell a percentage of it. Now, after this suit is coming out and the way that they're talking, about all the information that's starting to come to light now that they hid in that hidden file from the NFL's investigation, it sounds like he's trying to sell the whole thing by the owners meeting next March. Because I don't think anybody that's in that category that y'all just talked about with only 400 million, only 450 million, or those billionaires that's in the running, that names they mentioned about being able to buy the franchise, nobody would want to get into business with this dude to get a percentage of it and his name still be attached to it. If you got that much bread, you don't need no help from this dude that they trying to run out of there. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what's what, and I think it's going to open up the possibilities to come back open because even with Mayor Bowser, she was saying now that the name has changed, and if Snyder sells a team, then RFK is now an option again. That ground.
Oh, for real? She said that?
Yeah.
I think they should move back down the way, but I thought they wouldn't do that just because of this. I thought that land down at RFK was a federal.
The land is federal, and on top of the land being federal, they have stipulations in there that it can only be used as a sports and entertainment venue. So they can put something there. They're not gonna the people that's in there now, the politicians that's there now want to put houses and residential stuff there. But that land, in order for them to put anything outside of a sports and entertainment venue there, it has to be some kind of congressional bill passed in order for them to be able to do that.
And they can lease some federal land too. They can do a stand lease on federal land too.
Right, but that's what it's there for. So you would get that ISO out of there because I don't know if y'all done rode through there going back to 295, but that joint is rusted and looking like an ISO more than anything else sitting over there.
I think they should go ahead and bring it back to the city, man. They need to redo. I think they should knock down that DC Armory, knock down RFK, and build up a whole brand new everything. They got it's enough space. Take over Spingon, whatever they're using over there. It's for more parking. Take over that little golf course for parking, extended parking.
They're not getting rid of Langston.
Man, let Langston go, man. Let Langston go.
They got enough parking lot right there that they can put a stadium where the parking lot is. That comes
that stadium is not that big. They need like at least 80,000 seats in that stadium now. Keep that stadium.
They're building
No, I'm saying they can where that parking lot is. You realize that parking lot goes all the way back to Benton Road and all the way over to River.
I'm telling you, y'all not listening to me. I did the zoning on this property down there already. Okay, that's property at RFK only hold like 25,000 people. To bring a stadium down, that you would need like at least 80,000 people.
Time out.
So therefore, hold on. I said I did the zoning. Let me finish. So you need.
When the hell you become a damn architect? Like you did the zoning. I'm not talking about putting it inside of RFK. I'm talking about demolishing RFK and using that land.
You're not letting me finish my statement, Sean.
Hey, Slim, we're not talking about zoning out.
So
you're not talking about zoning out.
No, that's what I'm doing right now while he's talking this bullshit.
Additional parking to support the 80,000 people to sit in that damn stadium. You need more parking, man. So you need more parking space. We gotta get rid of Langston.
You put the parking underground.
Mr. Zone guy. Mr. Zone guy. RFK held more than 25,000 people when the Redskins used to play there.
No. RFK Stadium only held 25,000 people.
No way, bro.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
At least 50.
Hey, man, you can't take away the black.
Hey, Bags. He talking about Easton. That's what he talking about. He talking about Easton. You ain't talking about RFK. You talking about Easton. That's across the street. We talking about the big stadium over there by the Armory.
There's no way that the RFK only held 25,000 people. That's at least 50,000 people, probably more.
He lunching. Hold on, we can Google that right now.
Like 30.
I'm Googling it. I'm off by 20. It was 45,000. I was off by 10,000.
And I think 45 is low.
I was off by 20,000.
I think 45 is low.
It was at least 50. I thought it was at least 50. Them seats that they put 45. In like behind the end zone.
FedEx Field holds 82,000 people, man.
Yeah,
but look,
and they ain't got nobody going over that.
Don't use the top row.
No, because right now they're only using 68,000 of that right there. At one point, it was 92,000, and it was the biggest stadium in the league, or had the most seats in the league.
Yeah, but you're right about that. Now, as far as them building a stadium in DC. If I'm a billionaire, they say that the Redskins, the Commanders, they say that they gonna sell for probably a little over $5 billion.
7.
Okay, so you got 7, right? Bezos can write them a check right now, and it's like, hey, I'll just write the check. Who I write the check to, and it'll be done. You think if I write a $7 billion check, I'm gonna build a stadium on federally owned land that's gonna get tied up with whatever I gotta do later on in life? With congressional hearings and the whole 9 yards? No way.
As long as it's a sports entertainment venue, he's fine. But what they were trying to do is build retail and residential houses and retail spots in that area, which is not what that land was designated for.
But I would think he would want to own that land, Keith. I don't think
no doubt. For $7 billion?
Yeah, he's gonna want to own that land. He ain't gonna
no doubt.
He gonna try to get that funded. For the feds ain't gonna get that land up though. That's not
because this thing.
But you look at
deal with that means
you look at damn near every stadium in the league outside of even Jerry World had state money and put state tax money put into those stadiums. Ain't no owner just build a stadium on their own without no state help.
Yep.
Not one. So this is not gonna be any different with Bezos going. Because you still got to deal with the other owners.
The junk that the Rams got, he paid for that junk out of his pocket. I think the city of Inglewood,
Stan Kroenke,
the one at the Rams stadium, he paid like $5 billion for that stadium.
He did that because he fucked St. Louis out of so much money. That's why he did that.
Yeah, but the other thing that they do, so let me tell you how they get their money back. They get their money back because when you go to the stadium and you pay the stadium tax and you pay the sales tax and all the other little taxes on the food and everything else that you get, they ain't got to get any of that money back to the government. They cut that in the deal. Because I know over in FedEx Field, the concessions tax and everything else of that nature, they're keeping all that. It's like 30 years. They get to keep that money for the stuff that they bring to the area, the commerce and everything else that they bring in the area. That's how we got the sports and learning complex. That was part of that deal. That John Kent Cook had to build a sports and learning complex if they did the stadium. Because you remember, I don't know if y'all remember this. Remember back in the day for a minute, that joint was called Ryle John, Maryland?
Yes, it was.
After his sons, he owns that. The Redskins own that land and everything else of that nature. And then part of that, they gave PG County the sports and learning complex. I'm telling you, they're not paying no sales tax. They're not paying no concession tax. They keeping all that money over there as part of the conditioning them putting that stadium over.
Where according to the investigation, he was keeping additional money on top of that.
Yeah, that's possible. That's possible.
He was lying on the gate sales. He was lying on the they were saying the visiting team is supposed to get a certain amount of money off of the gate sales, and he wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
but the NFL kept all
that.
of that. The NFL kept all of that under wraps, and now this is what the DC Attorney General found out in his investigation.
Yeah, I got him doing that. He was like, what are they gonna do? Ain't nobody gonna know.
But they know now, and that's why he had that change of heart right now that he got to sell the team. Because before he had his feet planted in the ground that I wasn't doing. I'm not selling it. And then all of a sudden he changed it because right now, if he don't sell, they're gonna end up taking it from him.
Yeah.
And you don't get nothing out of it.
Yeah, so he probably gonna sell, pay the back fines, and still walk away with like $2-3 billion.
Easy.
What did he buy it for? He bought it for like 1.8.
He bought it for $800 million.
Yeah,
I thought it was like 1 point something.
Nah, I was like 800 million. It wasn't quite $1 billion.
That's a hell of an upgrade.
800 million to $7 billion.
A hell of a.
And then run the team that you love in the ground.
They call that a lick. The Bama hit a lick. He's a son of a bitch, though.
I mean, he was doing it. He was doing it right in the beginning. But now, like Boo just said, the lease is up at FedEx in 2027. So that's just going to be there as a eyesore for that area right now until they decide to tear it down or the county decide to do something with it. And he said they don't own the land.
Okay, so they don't. Okay, all
right. So let's keep it moving. Let's take it back to the top, man. Some Wildcats podcast still coming to you live from some Wildcat Studios. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, IG at some Wildcats. Make sure if you can share the broadcast. We're gonna tackle one more of Keith's topics. We're gonna go to this situation that's going on at Coppin State University with Juan Dixon and Coppin State being sued by a former basketball player alleging that an assistant coach catfished the player online, providing intimate photos, texts, and then blackmailed him into videotaping a sexual encounter. What the hell is going on?
Is this male on male or is this a female?
Yes,
this is male on male. I sent Craig the article after it came out because when it was first posted, it was posted on Instagram and it was like posted in the shade room, right? There you go. So in the shade room, they made it seem like it was a Juan Dixon and Robin Dixon thing because they talked about her from her being on Real Housewives of the Potomac.
Gotcha.
It had nothing to do with their relationship, not them getting a divorce or nothing like that, or nothing that Juan Dixon did. This was an assistant coach. This was actually, it was a player who ended up becoming a grad assistant, and then they hired him as the director of player development and basketball operations. But he was catfishing this dude.
He hit him with the Manti Te'o.
He was catfishing the dude.
Female picture.
This freshman thought he was in a relationship
with the girl,
with somebody he met online. And then the dude was a senior when this guy was a freshman.
Okay.
And they made it seem like he had been tricked or the same thing happened to him with this same person. And then they got some kind of way, he talked this dude into some kind of sexual relationship between the two of them.
On the computer, right?
No,
actually, they ended up doing it together.
So that dude was willingly being gay. So
exactly.
I put that more, or I put it on both of them. But that player knew what he was doing. So how is he suing now? Because you're messing around with a man.
Because they went and told Juan Dixon as the head coach, and with you being in a position of authority, you're supposed to report it. And that dude was they hired him, and when they hired him, he said he knew that he was a little off and he had some stuff going on, but they didn't take any action. So now the dude came back for that sophomore year thinking that He wasn't gonna get his money for to be able to go back to school. He was gonna lose his housing and all of that. And
he did lose it. I thought he did lose it.
Was he a basketball player?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
this assistant coach on the basketball team basically messing with another dude on the basketball
team.
So they both was doing gay stuff. Basically,
what happened is they ended up pushing the pictures and stuff out to other people on the team. I wouldn't have wanted neither one of the dudes in the locker room with me.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I just said it.
Qualify that. The opinions of Keith Morris.
I
said I wouldn't want neither one of them dudes in the locker room with me.
Okay.
I didn't say y'all. I didn't say them. So half the time I didn't want Craig in the locker room with me. The Brown feet stink.
Respectfully say at this particular point in time.
Hey, Craig,
whoever you love is whoever you love. I would just prefer that you love that person in a different area than where I am.
Exactly. Instead of on the basketball court and we all in the same locker room.
I think we need to point it out that Keith is a homophobic. And
no, not at all.
Everybody.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm just saying there's a time and place for it. If that's what you do, like he said, if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with that. That's what you do. But in the basketball court, that's not in a basketball locker room, that's not the place for it.
Hold up. This is my whole thing. Hold up. There's no place for any type of sexual encounters, any type of sport, any
in the basketball court. Right. In the basketball team. In the basketball.
But it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, whatever. It doesn't matter at all. So it doesn't matter. So is that what you're saying? Or you're saying this because they're two men and they're gay doing this?
No, that has nothing to do with playing basketball.
I'm so emphatic with that.
You know what I tell you all the time. Close them people's door. I'm not gonna be in their bedroom. Close their door.
I'm just trying to get understanding to make sure that you
know exactly where I'm coming from. Cut it out.
I know. No, your statement was very great, sir. It was very great.
But this is a kid, a minor.
This is a kid that's trying to figure his way out and trying to feel his way through it. And you got somebody that's in a position of authority.
Okay. Hold on. So you're saying this started off as say like a senior. I'm a girl picture on my avatar talking to you online.
They catfished the dude.
With a female picture, I would assume.
Yes.
Then they was like, nah, it's me. I got a beard and everything else, and I like what you was doing.
So hold on. So what they did was it was a female catfished him, and then said they thought it was a relationship, had him send pictures of himself, and so they said I'm a blackmail. They started blackmailing him about those pictures he sent, and to that
was a girl.
Then have him like him. So I guess taking pictures of his dick or whatever. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Then he said, "I'm gonna show his pictures unless you do something with me." And then it kept the I guess the arrangement kept changing to I guess them doing something. So then he finally
at some point in time, the dude that was blackmailing was like, "I'm a dude."
Yeah.
So then at that point in time. Again, you love who you love, and it is what it is. So he ain't tell him, I don't go like that.
Hey, but look, if that ain't how you go, that's the comment that you make right there. Hey, Slim, I don't go like that.
And you know what? If you put that out there like that, I'm telling everybody that you go like that. And it was unintentional. And this dude was like, but nah, I'm gonna tell people you knew it was me.
And so what happened is
how you get blackmail into. Hey man, you gonna come over here, whatever, and you really gonna do something,
and they said that they had a recording of them two having oral sex.
Oh my God.
Snap!
And that's the video that got leaked out to the team, along with the naked pictures that he thought he was sending to the broad.
Juan Dixon knew this,
and now that's why Juan Dixon is in the lawsuit. Coppin State is in the lawsuit. The assistant coach is in the lawsuit, and then they got two other people that are.
He told Juan Dixon. Juan Dixon tried.
He told Juan Dixon, and Juan Dixon didn't do anything about it.
Then fired the guy.
So at this particular point, like I'm okay. So this playing devil's advocate, right? Because my head right now.
You trying to make sense out of it? You going back to Kanye route? Stop making sense out of it.
Okay, no. This is what I'm saying. Forget that part. Let's go Juan Dixon. Let's go Juan Dixon. So you come to me and you explain this to me. First, it's going to take probably about 10 minutes for me to get the whole.
No. When he went to Juan said that he knew the dude had issues and he knew he was off.
Okay, that's cool. So when you get to that point, so as a coach, what do you do? So do you go to administration and was like, look, so I got this
go
dude, I think
administration,
it's
yes.
Immediately. You got to go to the administration.
That's what
Like,
he's supposed
this
to
is
do.
what's going on. He never did that.
He tried to sweep it under the rug.
Yes, he never
his
did
career's
that.
over, bro.
And that's the same thing. That's the same thing happened with Urban Meyer with the assistant coach that was beating on his wife.
Didn't that happen?
He didn't do anything about it.
Too at Penn State. Didn't that Penn State?
Yeah, but that was with kids. That's a
That
whole
was with
different
kids.
ball.
This is a kid too.
Sweeping
No,
under,
but that was like
sweeping under. It's sweeping. It's sweeping. You know, you
No.
letting the shit happen.
But they were juveniles. They were juveniles.
Kids.
I got you.
This joint right here looks like it's college people. So I would assume that.
But he knew.
You gotta assume maybe the dude is 18. So you're talking a young adult versus a older young adult.
Right.
So you're past the minor stage, which is different. You feel what I'm saying?
And the thing about it,
as a parent, you send your kid, think the coach is gonna look out for him.
and you think the coach is going to look out for him. I done heard many a parent say, "I'm putting my baby in your hands.
Exactly.
Look after my baby."
Gotcha.
And then you got somebody else in position that ain't doing it. And the dude was worried about losing his scholarship, his housing, and everything.
Yo, that's what makes it bad.
Yes.
Because it makes it seem like that Juan Dixon told him, like, yo, look, we just gonna sweep this under the rug.
That's
I'm gonna
why.
get you your money.
And that,
type
but
of deal.
yeah, he was. He did.
And that's why the lawsuit is coming about.
Gotcha.
So
He
since
did lose
then, the dude has transferred. So the dude is down at Morehouse and he's still playing. And he's down at Morehouse now. And the assistant coach he's no longer with Coppin State, but they didn't say if he got fired. They didn't say nothing. It just he's no longer on the website. He's no longer a part of their staff.
Hold up, slow up. So he transferred to an all-male school?
How about
After
that?
all that came out?
Oh my God!
All male school.
Oh my God!
Okay, all right. I'm just saying. I just caught that last part.
Morehouse ain't all male, man.
You
Caught that last
You
part.
got Carl and Spellman right next to
No, Morehouse is dudes all on one
All-male
side.
school.
No, they said
Spellman across the street.
Okay, all right. So I just wanted to make sure that didn't go over nobody's head. I
No,
caught that last
look,
part right there.
the all male school did not go over that Dematha hat you got on right now.
Hey,
It's different, dog. That's different.
LaShawn,
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Bring the
Hold on,
kids
hold on,
into
hold
this.
LaShawn Lindsay said that part. Tony.
Now
She
look, hey
caught
look,
that too, then. She caught that too.
hey look. They went to school down in Atlanta, so they know about it.
Oh my God!
Okay.
Oh
All
my God!
right. Okay. All right. And there's a confirmation. Spellman is across
And
the way.
Carl did too.
Spellman across the way.
And it's Atlanta. So he might have went to
I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
Is that
that.
what you saying, King?
I'm not saying that.
Hey, we are changing subjects. Yes. So you know what? We're about to shift gears. It's some Wildcats podcast. I'm getting up out of this. We're done with this. No more.
Oh,
no
Craig,
more.
I thought you was the main one all in for
driving
shock
down
value.
the road that we don't need to be right now. We driving this thing all into the gutter. We switching all type.
He'll be gone for
Nah, man. But listen, on a serious note, though, you know that's a tough situation for that young man to be in, and while you still trying to kind of figure yourself out on who you are, you don't need people that's supposed to be in a position of authority to be, being predatory around you and taking advantage of you trying to figure out who you are.
Hey, Juan, his career is over, bro. It's over. It's over.
I don't know. I don't know if it's over or not, but he's implicated in that lawsuit though.
I mean, but we don't know what he did. We don't know what emails he sent. He could have like sent it to whatever.
It don't sound like it. It don't sound like it from what they put out there. So the article was written in the.
Well, I will say this, Keith. I will say this. In a lot of those situations, just to cover their bases, they put everybody in the lawsuit, regardless of what they did, to cover
no question. No question.
So maybe it'll come out that he did approach the appropriate authorities, and I'm gonna say this. This is gonna sound kind of crazy. In true HBCU fashion, they slowed the wheels turned slow for what I guess the young man deemed to be proper justice.
For
and
everything.
He just got tired of waiting and say, "No, I'm out of here, and I'm gonna sue you for whatever." Sometimes with HBCUs, it's keeping it 100. You gotta do stuff like this, man, to get done what you need to get done.
I got you.
Yeah.
I have a student there right now. I understand.
Hey, Morehouse?
No, at Bowie.
Okay.
Hey, Craig,
I'm
can you
pumping
put
the brakes. I'm hitting
Can
the
you put
clutch.
the article in the chat, please?
We're switching gears, man. It's some Wildcats podcast coming to you live from some Wildcats studios. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, at some Wildcats. And we have come to the end of the show. Yes,
can you put the article in the Facebook chat that we have here?
I will try to. I will try to, man. I will try to. All right. So, man, let's get to why you come here every week. It's our FIUU candidate of the week. And FIUU, if you don't know what it stands for Fuck It Up University. Somebody that's fucked up something in the past, okay? The last week or so. So my candidate was everybody that had a problem with Dave Chappelle's monologue on SNL about the whole Kanye West, Kyrie whole situation. A lot of people were kind of upset because of the things he said. It's comedy. You need to leave it alone. But if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it because it's great. It's on YouTube. It's everywhere right now. That monologue, that intro,
14
SNL,
minutes of goodness.
It is excellent. Dave Chappelle is who he is. He's just great. And or we can go with Herschel Walker, the buffoon of the year. I mean, you know what? Let's give a little example of Mr. Herschel Walker. I think I got something on him right here.
Hypocrite and being a pastor, I say this. How can he keep the almighty oath to the almighty God and he keep it for them? He hasn't kept it for nobody. So that proves the type of man he really is.
Helper, the baker, and the butcher bring the boxes in from the back of the building.
Okay. I'm gonna stop it right there. But you know what? Herschel Walker is I think he's in a runoff right now.
He's in a runoff right now.
He got 40-something% of the vote, bro.
Crazy.
These people, it's like he's another Trump happening in Georgia.
Hey, but you know what it is? It's straight off of athletic prowess, bro. That's it. It's straight off of athletic prowess.
It's off of ignorance of the people in Georgia, man.
He's spewing everything that Trump spewed. He's just basically repeating all the same things.
And look,
can you imagine? Let's think about this. Can you imagine him in a Senate meeting? You know,
he wasn't even a resident of Georgia. He had moved to Texas.
Bro, he choked a white woman. He put a gun to a white woman's head. Then he was like, "Oh, I'm all right now." He got multiple kids that don't nobody know about. That you know what I'm saying? It's so many things with this dude.
You know what I hate that? I hate that the Republican Party is using them like they're using them right now. And it's working. Hey
man, any coon that'll step in line, they'll gladly use you, bro. Ain't no problem. Any coon that they can find, he's a perfect one right there. He's a perfect one. He'll do whatever they tell him to do, man. Hey Herschel, you know what? I know you. Hey man, you know you tote that rock, Herschel. You tote that rock. Hey, vote no on this right here. Well, what is it for? It's for lunch for young black kids. All right, fine. I'll vote no for that. He ain't got no idea, man. They pushed him out there because they just put a black face against another black face. That's all they did, bro.
All right, so who we gonna roll with? We gonna go with everybody hates on Dave Chappelle. We want with Herschel Walker as
it sounds like Herschel Walker. We done gave up reasons for Herschel Walker.
All right, so we have it. The FIUU candidate of the week. What we gonna roll him in? Politics, internet, what is it? Political science. Political science.
Yeah, we'll put him in political science.
Political science.
But he got to take the remedial classes though.
Yeah, he in poli-sci 99. He in poli-sci 99, bro.
So his paperwork and scholarship has been processed. So Herschel Walker has been enrolled into political science major for FIUU, and that's Fuck It Up University. Y'all give it up one time for Herschel Buffoon Walker. All right, okay. So that's it, y'all. That's the show. Man, I appreciate y'all checking us out. We'll be back on a regular basis in 2 weeks from now. Keith is gonna let y'all know exactly what date that is, Keith. So when we gonna be back 2 weeks from now, Keith?
27th.
We'll be back on the 27th of November.
Now you sure? That's around your birthday time. So
my birthday is
Thanksgiving. What you
22nd, sir. 22nd. We back. And you might catch us tomorrow night at a little pop-up show during the Eagles and Commanders game tomorrow. You might see us live on Facebook and YouTube. You never know. All right. But it's some Wildcats podcast. Anybody got anything to say before we get up out of here?
Hey man, I promise I'll be back with all this handsome goodness on my camera be working the next time we come back.
You
apologize today.
You actually did us a favor. We had to see your ugly mug.
Shut
Man.
your
I appreciate
ass
that.
I'm gonna say this to everybody out there. Hey, y'all have happy Thanksgiving. Y'all be safe and everything else of that nature because we
Because
probably
we know we ain't
y'all
gonna see you again till 2027.
Nah, he gotta come back on.
We ain't gonna see Bags no more till 2027.
Nah, season's over with, dog. Season's over with. I should be back on the 27th. I should be back.
All right.
It's all good.
All right,
Gotta
sound
show
good.
gotta show some love out to all the black businesses, PJ's Coffee in Silver Spring and in Bowie. Shout out to Henderson Automotive in Queenstown, Maryland, and also shout out to the Burton and Craig Shields Foundation bringing you Community Cuts for Kids 2023 and Ezra Technologies that specializes in what, Keith?
You got the wrong one.
Hey, Craig, I just thought about something. Yo, I want to give a shout out to the PBR coming to next week. Next weekend coming to DMV. Those who in the baseball world know how important that is. Get those metrics that are registered and solidified. So it's PBR's coming. You know, it's going to be. I can't remember what it's going to be at, but check it out on Facebook and IG. I retweeted it. If you playing ball, you need to be there.
Help me out, man. What does PBR stand for?
I don't know what it stands for, man.
Okay.
Hey. So
Okay.
I can tell
PBR's coming though, y'all.
Just bring your bat and glove. Come on.
Hold on. PBR is basically you have different entities like Baseball Factory, PBR, Perfect
PBR
Game.
stand for pitching, batting, and running.
Maybe, probably so. Yeah, exactly. I guess so. There you go.
There you go. All right.
But what it is that you know, like when you get like for recruiting, you know, you got certain metrics they ask, and you know people fudge it. So there's certain organizations that go across the country and they take the metrics, and so therefore it's like kind of solidifying, like certifying that what you saying you run, what you saying you throw, what you saying your exit velocity is verified.
So pitching, batting,
So basically, it's like a combine.
And if you in this area, because you're trying to make this push for getting the sport back in this area, these are things that you kind of need and have to have.
So Glenn Johnson will have that up on some Wildcats page with a link tomorrow around 5 p.m. He'll put that up on some Wildcats Facebook page. And we'll put
Hey,
that
Boo
on
Bailey,
IG.
type up that Ezra Technology thing so I can read it for you. I couldn't memorize what it is.
Specialized
Take that number for me.
IT,
Specialize in what?
Construction, project management, and something.
And
I couldn't remember. Type it up for me, Boo.
And making Bailey rich. Hey, but thanks for checking us out. We out of here, y'all. It's a great show. Appreciate y'all, fellas. Shout out to LaShawn Lindsay. Thanks for all the insight, LaShawn. We appreciate you. My man Big Reg, Anthony Parker, everybody else that came through. My man Snap that came through the chat room and said what's up to us. All right. So we are out.
I said, now if you don't get that out of here.
Thank you all for listening to another episode of Some Wild Cats. We'll see you next time.